Okay, so we should be coming on live. I do have a new lapel microphone I am using, so please let me know if you can hear me. Looks like there's a couple people in chat, and I'm seeing it online now. So, hey, Lovebirds Vlogs, hear me perfectly. Awesome. No, Tom, I'm not on Yahoo. Spell correct sometimes is very annoying. So, wonderful. I'm actually using a lapel mic that one of my viewers sent me a little while ago, and so I thought I'd give it a try instead of using the webcam microphone because it seemed like it would be a little bit clearer and easier, and I wouldn't have to talk quite so loud. So, wonderful to hear. So, wow, we got a whole bunch of you here. Good to see. It's funny because the YouTube page hasn't caught up yet, and it says there's only 3 people watching. And let's see, I can see at least 20 that have just said hi. So how is everybody doing this Saturday? Well, it's just hit afternoon for me. I know for a lot of you here in the U.S., it's going to be morning. So happy Lent. Thank you so much. I'm not a big Lent person, although I do have some things that I sort of fast, but I've been doing that more for diet than anything else. But am I going to ride Time Traveler this year? That's a good question, Crazy. I will come to that in actually a little bit later on in the live feed. I do have a couple things I want to cover first. First, just a reminder, most of the questions a lot of people like to ask are already covered in my FAQ on my Facebook page, as well as on SirWillow.com. So if you're asking a question that is already on my FAQ, then I'm not going to answer it, and that includes things like have I been to, how many times have I been to a certain place, when did I work at a place, what's my favorites, things like that. So is it snowing where I'm at? No, we have actually had some rain. It's 40s outside right now, and I think we're supposed to actually hit like mid-50s, up push close to 60 tomorrow, Fahrenheit. So Celsius, that would be like 8 to 10, I think, something like that. Just trying to do a quick conversion in my head. So it is on slow mode. So yes, I am going to be keeping comments restricted. We've had a couple issues with people posting inappropriate stuff in the past, so trying to keep an eye on that. If you didn't see the picture yet, I have a big stack of mail that I will be going through, which I will attack in just a minute. So I know I've said I have 2 announcements. There's actually 3 announcements. So I saw this isn't one of the announcements, but did see Black Panther last night. Awesome movie. Honestly, right now, it may be my favorite of the Marvel movies. Just absolutely wonderful. So that is great. So thank you for asking, Olivia. Let's see. Somebody says they can see, can hear but not see. That's interesting. So Pink Pearl Apple, I'm not sure because I'm showing the live feed actually on my end, so I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to see me. As far as Silver Dollar City and Time Traveler goes, I will actually be out at Silver Dollar City opening weekend on the Friday of opening weekend. Don't know yet if Time Traveler is going to be open or not for that. They have not made an announcement. I am kind of fingers crossed hoping that it will be. But I will be there on the Friday of opening weekend, which is March. Let me grab my calendar here and make sure I can tell you the right day, because otherwise I'm going to make up a number and they'll tell you I'm goofy with that. March 16th, I will be at Silver Dollar City. If Time Traveler is open, I will definitely be there on it. And hopefully we can do a little informal meet and greet that day. So that's something to look forward to. I am waiting to see when they do the Time Traveler Media Day and if I will get an invite or not. I am optimistic I'm going to get invited to the Media Day, in which case, if I do, I will probably do a live feed, assuming that I'm able to make it, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I will have my son or daughter out there at the very least, so we will get something done when Time Traveler does open. Okay? So, let's see. Graham, awesome. Congratulations on getting the job. Let's see. I'm just kind of glancing through here real quick. What are some non-theme park places that you like? There's a ton of them, Tammy. So, do I have any idea the total number of amusement theme parks I've visited? Last count was well over 70. I think I'm probably pushing closer to 90 different theme park amusement parks. That includes little entertainment centers too. But it could be bigger than that because I've only really counted ones that had roller coasters at it. So it's probably more than that. Hi, Beth. Let's see. Pink Pearl, if you just sent a letter, I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to start attacking some of the mail before I get to my other two bigger announcements. One of them is going to be about the 100th anniversary episode, and then another one is even bigger. And I've kind of hinted at a couple little things with it. Hopefully we got a number of you from over in Europe today. I did try to schedule a little more convenient for you over there. Have I seen The Greatest Showman? Yes, absolutely fantastic movie. So, this is from Barry Hom again. Ooh, Happy New Year, Chinese New Year. Grab the glasses, time for the old man moment. Dear SirWillow, sending you sincere wishes for a very happy new year in 2018. May the year of the dog be filled with many wonderful blessings for you and your loved ones. And I'm going to mess this up. Gong Si Fai Kai. I totally blew that, I'm sure. There you go. And Ginger and Seely will be very happy to know it's the year of the dog. You hear that, Ginger? My dog's over in the living room sleeping. So, Pink Pearl Apple. It might not be here yet. Let's see. It depends. Oh, there you go. Okay, in fact, since I held it up, let's see. Yes, the music in Greatest Showman is fantastic. I have been totally overplaying it. Way overplaying it, but I have absolutely loved it. So this is from Ashley, also known as Pink Pearl, who has been commenting on there. Can you still send me mail? You can send me mail anytime, Hulk Shooter. Address is typically in my descriptions. Did I put it in the description of this one? It should be. Yes, the address is in the description of the video, along with some other links. So, hello, SirWillow. It's nice getting to know you through your vids. Nice to meet you. I'm Ashley. I'm 28 and an artist. I wasn't able to finish my degree. Too much to afford. I understand that. But I'm just happy I was able to attend school for it. I've always loved theme parks, Disney being a big fave. I do, however, love Six Flags. There's a lot of Six Flags parks I really enjoy. I miss Astroworld. Used to go when I was little. Busch Gardens and our hometown state fair. I haven't been to SDC, but it sounds awesome. There's this place called Medieval Times. Oh, yes. That my mom wants to try. Maybe we can say hi if we're ever in Louisiana. I hope to get to Louisiana at some point. We love Medieval Times. I've been to the one in Dallas, the one in Southern California, and the one in Florida. And in fact, we actually went to the one in Florida for my daughter's birthday. Was it 3 years ago, Amber? She'll comment. She's Fairy Haven 13, by the way. That's my daughter. We had a blast. The Green Knight was the bad guy, and I had a great time booing and hissing and yelling at him, and he was yelling at me. We had this great deal going. It's a lot of fun if you've never been to Medieval Times. Let's see. And then Ashley also sent me... Oh, very cool. Happy Valentine's Day. So thank you so much, Ashley. Yeah, 2.5 years. Yeah, you're right, Amber. Let's see. So, if I could pick a Disney character you think would be the most similar, which would it be? Probably more Donald than anything. I love Figment, but I'm probably more a Donald Duck. Ashley Smith, check my FAQ for the answer to why I'm not working at Disney World. Things like that are all in that. I tried to make sure I covered them for you, including why I'm SirWillow and when I worked and where I worked and why I don't work and so forth. So I got one more card here from Barry Smith, and I'll give one of the announcements. Okay, this is an awesome card, Barry. Leave the candy to me. I will deal with it myself. That is very cool. Have a happy Valentine's Day and protect your candy from the dark side. I know what you and your wife will do this Valentine's Day. Wink, wink. Actually, what did we do for Valentine's? We went out for a very nice dinner, is what we did, and we actually took my daughter and another lady from the church with us. So we had a very nice Valentine's Day. So thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I haven't seen La La Land, Hulk Shooter, so I can't comment on that one. I don't know. Is there a reason why I didn't work at Universal? Yeah, because I was working at Disney. I like Disney better. I love Universal. Universal is awesome, but I'm more of a Disney person. And why would I want to leave a job that I absolutely love to death to go to another park where I wouldn't get to do the same thing? So, am I planning on going to the opening of Toy Story Land? I am nowhere near Florida, and so no, I won't be there. I live up in Missouri now. Okay, one more letter here. This is from Stephanie Burgess. And there are a couple things in here. So let me leave the other surprise. Let's get to the letter first. Very pretty envelope. Is it just me right now running the live feed? Okay. Fairy Haven 13 is my daughter, Tom. So she is helping admin. So if somebody gets out of line, she's probably going to be the one to catch that. So if you see Fairy Haven 13 reply, that is my daughter replying. Now let's see. Very pretty card. Let's see. I feel your wet shifting sand, taste your sweet salty air, and I'm somewhat again with the joy of living. I hope I read that right. My wife would absolutely love that card, though. My wife loves beaches. Dear SirWillow, I recently returned home from Orlando. I was in town for a conference, but was to go to some of the parks. SeaWorld brought happy memories from the long-closed Ohio location. While here, I saw this, thought of you. Your video always brightens my day. Keep it up. I actually went to the Ohio Park when it was part of Six Flags Worlds of Adventure. Sad to close SeaWorld. We used to love going to SeaWorld in Florida. We actually had passes for SeaWorld the whole time we were down there. So that was great. And then she said, "Oh, very cool. It's a SeaWorld pin with penguins." Hey, Amber, I got penguins. Ha ha. Why did I stop saying God bless at the end of your videos? Doodle Blonde, I basically say it when I remember it. It's not necessarily an ongoing running thing that I've done on purpose. I've actually kind of thought about a closing saying that I might do or something. You know how the trackers do, now it's time to pay the price. And I haven't really come across one that I like, although I do have something that I may start doing, which will actually be kind of a pull from Silver Dollar City. If you've ever seen the Silver Dollar City train robbery show, there's a line in there where they hold up a stick, and the robber, Alfie Bolin, basically says, "Okay, everybody, this is a stick up. Get it? Stick up." Never mind. So you may see me try some of that, something like that later on, but you would name your penguin Kowalski, Amber? Really? But we'll see. I just haven't come up with a good thing. Okay, so first announcement. My 100th episode of Confessions of a Theme Park Worker. I'm going to kind of use the suggestions that other people have put up. I'm going to basically be doing kind of a greatest hits, greatest moments. And so I've got a couple threads, one on Facebook and one on my community page, which there are links in the description of this chat and in the video that you can go to. I've got a number of people that have suggested clips. I'm probably going to use all of those suggestions. But if there's a favorite clip, not a video, a clip, so just a little portion of it, that you would like to see in that video, let me know and we'll kind of make it a big greatest hits things. But here's the announcement for it. We are going to be having a contest and a giveaway. Pinderella Shops, the place I buy pins from, and I've actually got an envelope, let's see, right there from them, which I'll open up next, has so graciously agreed to do a giveaway with it because I've had so many of you actually join her page and start buying pins. And so what we're going to do is when I do that episode, and it's going to be about a week and a half from now, I'm going to keep track of everybody who makes a comment in the video. And for every person, they will get one entry if they comment, and we will actually have a small grab bag of pins being sent out to one random person who comments on the video. Now, it's only going to be one entry per person. So if you throw 10 comments up, you're not getting 10 entries into it. You're only going to get one. But we will use random.org to randomly pick one person who commented on that video and send them a small grab bag of pins. So you can thank Pinderella. If you want to know more about getting good, real, legitimate pins for a good price, check out Pinderella Shop on Facebook. Again, the link is down in the description of the video. When this video goes full live, with the archive version of it, it will be in that description as well. So you can definitely check it out. And yes, she has been wonderful. So I'm going to open that up. Is it available to people in Canada? Yes, she ships internationally. So we can actually do that for anybody. Okay? And, for Canada, because I know that there is a skill test that Canada sometimes requires you to do. Well, your skill is, can you post a coherent comment on a video? There you go. So this is actually some pins I ordered from her about 2 weeks ago. And one of them, let's see, get the card out. So there is her card. There you go. And my first pin is an Avengers pin. And like I said, we just saw Black Panther last night, which was incredible. Fantastic movie. And then there's another set of pins in here, and this is one I ordered. I didn't order it at the time she first posted it, and I commented later when I had some money and went, oh, do you by chance still have any? And she had one left. And that is that. That is actually pins from all around the World Showcase at Epcot. You can see one for every single country that's on the World Showcase. Here you go. Try to make sure you get the glare down. And so just a really neat set of pins. And I was just like, I saw that. I was like, I have to have that. Now, here's what's really cool. Let's see if I can hold that up. You can see that price that it originally was. It was half of that. So that's what kind of a deal you can get. Okay. So, awesome pins. Let's see. See if it'll stay there. If it falls down partway through the video, we know why. Let's see. Just kind of glancing through the chat things here. Yes, Megan, I agree. She's much better at buying from the parks. Smaller selection, but that's okay. You're getting them very cheap comparatively. Hi, Time Nerd. Good to see you. Let's see. Yes, she has some great grab bags. If you look in the past, you can actually see some of the other pins I've opened up from her. Very good grab bags, and you'll pay about $2 or even less per pin with her grab bags, which is a fantastic price. Gives you a lot of traders as well as some really neat stuff. No, did not go to Dog Patch USA because it was in Arkansas, and I hadn't gotten to Arkansas until the 2000s. They have been working on reviving it, and there's somebody who actually just bought Dog Patch. So that will be very interesting. Chad, I've actually thought about the shelves. Here's something you may not realize. I've got that one huge 4-drawer file cabinet in my office at church that's full of stuff, and it's full. And so I actually have some of the things that people have sent kind of stacked, and you can't see them, but there's actually a couple piles here. And I'm working on buying another file cabinet because I need the room to put everything, which is awesome. I love all the stuff. So I'm hoping to get that probably in the next couple weeks once I get my tax return. Have I seen the trailer for Incredibles 2? Yes. Looks incredible. No pun intended. Oops. Oh, Amber's commenting on my health. Health has been doing well. I have actually lost a couple pounds since the Florida trip, which is good. I've still got a lot to go. So a lot of work to do there, but the sleeping has come along well, and the heart's doing pretty good. The biggest problem I've had is trying to get out and get active, and our weather has stunk. We've gotten more ice this year. No snow. I like snow. I'll walk in snow, but ice is painful. Does Pinderella get LE pins? Yes, sometimes. Sign in and she'll show you what pins she gets when she puts them up on the sales. But getting one of the subscription boxes to open up my vlogs. Marianne, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by the subscription boxes there. Send me a PM if you can. You can go to comments page or the community page. I'd love to know more about what you're referring to there. So, Tammy. If the child has motor problems, the cast member will remove the pin from their own lanyard. But if you are with a child that has a hard time taking the pin off, the cast member is going to ask you to take the pin off their lanyard and then trade with them, simply because of liability issues and various things like that. They will very happily trade with a child who has issues, but they cannot take the pin off, generally speaking. So if they're with you, Tammy, you probably just have to remove the pin yourself and then hand it. But otherwise, other than that, yes. Joseph, good question. If you have not seen my Wizarding World of Harry Potter video up, I posted up a couple hours ago. Did it make the rest of the parks feel underwhelming? No. Universal's the one company that's done as comparative a job with theming as Disney has. And as incredible as the Harry Potter area was, the rest of the Universal parks still held up very well. So, let's see. Canon does Pinderella ship overseas to UK? Yes, it does. Absolutely. Okay, by the way, I'm opening up a package here from Dance and More Studio. And my mind just went blank on the name. I know who this is from. Okay, I'm going to be really silly here. Give me just a second. And because I want to make sure I get my name on the person right here who sent this. And I feel really silly that I'm going blank on it. Kat Barlow. Thank you. So I'm sure this is from Kat. And, oh, very cool. Let's see, we have a doily and a couple bookmarks. Very nice. I read all the time, so those will be very handy. And then we've got, well, there's still more stuff tucked in here too. Got a nice little dove there. Can't go that way. There we go. There are all sorts of things wrapped up in here. I'm actually pulling things out of it as we go. More bookmarks. All sorts of bookmarks. Which means Amber's going to steal some bookmarks. So there's some more bookmarks. Thank you so much, Kat. Those are very cool. These will definitely get used. And they were all wrapped up. Oh, hey, there's a couple more. They're all wrapped up in a towel. And what I haven't had a chance to show you yet. Oh, I like that. There you go. Pray. Trying to make sure I show all of them here. Is the towel is actually monogrammed. There we go. Very cool, Kat. Thank you so very much. That is really neat. Hulk Shooter. Follow the link in the description. That's where you link up to Pinderella's store, and that's where you buy. You got to buy from Pinderella, which means you got to go to Pinderella. Follow the link, Hulk. There you go. Had to get the generic Star Wars reference in there. I know. Bad jokes. Inconceivable. Some of you will love that. So thank you so much, Kat. That was really cool. Okay, I have another one. I've still got 2 boxes here and another envelope. And then after this envelope, I will get ready for the big announcement. Do I have the book Call Me Walt? No, I do not. It's on my list of things that I want on my Amazon wish list, which is pretty long. I haven't been to Universal California in a long time, D Wolfpack. So, don't know. I've heard various things about it, but my son has actually been there more recently than I did because he went on a college trip. So, Heath, no, you have not missed the 2 big announcements. You missed one about the pin giveaway on the anniversary. The 100th episode, I will be doing a pin giveaway for people who comment on it, but I have not given the big, huge announcement yet. So let's see. This is actually marked from Amazon Fulfillment. So there's probably a little note in here. Let's see. Send a thank you note. Oh, this is from Chad McFall and Whitney McFall. So, Chad, thank you so much for... Oh, this is very cool. I have actually seen this and debated buying it. Amber will recognize that in the store because I actually saw it and went, oh, I gotta get this. So thank you. I have not gotten this yet. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Reading material. And it's Figment too. Yes. Hi, Clumsy Jedi. Good to see you. Okay, yes, Skaterpunk Barbie actually got a little preview of the announcement. I have told a couple people. So here's my big, huge announcement. I've hinted a little bit at it because I've said that it is something I never imagined would happen, and that is the plain, honest truth. Everybody here knows I just recently had this trip to Walt Disney World, and I am so grateful because I had so many viewers chip in with that because it wouldn't have happened otherwise. And, you know, there's not extra funds to do big, huge trips like that. Well, I had a friend of mine who also happens to be a viewer. They are having a big, huge family get-together. And their family is kind of scattered around, and a couple of the family members are nervous to travel to this get-together on their own. And so they asked me if I would be willing to accompany them on this trip to basically go take them through the airports, get them to the place, and in exchange they'll cover my plane tickets, my hotel, and other tickets, because it's not something I could afford. And so I'm going to get to go on this big trip at the end of March. It is going to be a total of 9 days, 2 days of which is travel. I am going to Paris. And not Paris, Texas, Paris, France. We are going to be spending 4 days at least at Disneyland Paris, including both parks. We'll spend a couple days actually in Paris, the city itself. And I am so excited and so grateful and so blown away because they're covering my plane tickets and the hotel and the Disney tickets. And this is something I never could have dreamed about. The nice part is with the timing, it's the end of March, so it's a quiet time. We will actually have our tax return in by then, and we will get some money back, which means I will have some money to help cover food and other things like that. We're not staying at Disney itself. We're actually staying at a hotel that's about 5 miles away. We're not on the train route, so we'll actually be getting a rental car, so I get to drive in Paris. That's going to be interesting. And then we'll be spending days at Disney. So this is really cool. Really excited. I've heard so many things about the park, but never dreamed I'd get to go. Now, the reason I did this live stream at the time I did is I wanted to make sure that as many of my European viewers could watch, because I'm going to make sure that if you're able to be there, I'm going to do a short meet and greet with you. Well, short depending upon how long you're there. I will actually be arriving on March 23rd at Disney, and then will be the 24th and 25th in Paris itself. And on Monday the 26th, if there are viewers and fans in Europe who would like and are able to be there, I'd love to have a meet and greet with you that afternoon. I was kind of looking at the train schedules for people who might be coming from UK or might be going back to UK, and I'm looking probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We could meet, say, right after lunch, and that way if you're having to bring the train in or out, it should work with the train schedules. That should be plenty of time for a meet and greet and still allow you to get back and forth. So we will be there enough time. I should be able to go on absolutely everything there. I am so excited because this is I've never been to Europe at all and never really thought I would get to go. And so I'm still really in a state of shock. I'm trying to drill on my French, even though I know we don't necessarily need to know French in Disney, but just to getting out in Paris a little bit, just so I don't look like a dumb American tourist. So, yes, very exciting. I will definitely be going on Crush Coaster, Space Mountain. Am I going to film it? Of course I'm going to film it. I will definitely be doing a lot of video, a lot of other things, because I know a lot of my viewers are from the States, and Disney Paris is kind of one of those things you hear about, but you really don't see very much. And so I will be filming as much as I can while I'm there and sharing that. Passport's already done. Had the passport a while ago. So we are done with that. Video. That's right. Hungry Duck mentions one thing. Video of the Eiffel Tower at night is under copyright, and that's actually true. They will actually pull your stuff off. I have seen that, but we actually have our hotel already booked. It is not too far from Val d'Europe, but it's just far enough away that we can't actually take the trains. It'll be a ride. The sad thing, Tom Craven, Phantom Manor is closed. It is the one attraction that is going to be closed the whole time we are there. There are a couple other closures that will overlap with our time a little bit, but we'll be able to work around them. But Phantom Manor is not going to be open until summer, I think is what they're saying. So, as far as going into Paris City Center, we will actually drive to a train station, I'm sure, and then take the train into Paris, and then use some of the tourist buses and stuff. I have no desire to drive in Paris City Center. It's basically going to be driving from the airport up towards Disney, and it's not too bad a drive, so should be okay with that. Yes, God is awesome. Just blown away. I might try a live stream in the park. We will see, Marianne. But a lot of it is going to be definitely bringing back a whole ton of video, kind of like what I've done with my other Disney trip. Hungry Duck's yelling, no! I wonder why. So, just kind of... Oh, okay. Oh, yes, with the Phantom Manor. Yeah, I was like, ah! But they've got some other neat stuff. They've actually got a Star Wars thing that they're doing for part of the time we're there, and So we'll get to see some really, really neat stuff. So yes, I am so excited about it, and I will definitely be bringing back a ton of footage and a whole bunch of other stuff. So excited. So hopefully if you're in Europe, like the UK or France or nearby, and you've got a train available, I'd love to be able to meet you there if you're there in the area for that day. So tentative plan is 1 o'clock at Disney Village. Again, I have never been there before, so I am going to be a little bit dependent upon the veterans who've been there to kind of let me know where might be a good place to meet. Again, I'm thinking Disney Village is probably easiest and best. We will actually, because we're there for 4 days at Disney, we're actually going to be buying the cheap season passes just because it's a little cheaper than actually buying individual tickets. And so we'll be able to do some things like that. So just trying to catch up. Francisco Wi-Fi signal strength, so that should be good. Metro and RER will RER will probably be what we're taking down into Paris itself. But yes, it will be fun. So thank you so much. But yeah, very excited, guys. Yeah, no Hall of Presidents. Wonder why. There are so many things. I've actually looked at the map recently, and there's so many attractions. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do that. They've got their version of Storybook Land, canal boats, which I'm excited about. And so, very excited about it. Yeah, I'll be set for content up through summer at least. And then, of course, Time Traveler is opening as well, so I will have that. So, it will be fun. Let's see. How much even a season pass to the Disney parks? It depends upon which park. We will be paying, I think for the pass I'm getting, which will include parking, it's like 150 euros. And then the step down one, which is limited, is like 130. But if you go to like a Disneyland in California park and you want the full pass, it's like $1,000. So, you know, Disney Euro passes are much cheaper than the ones in the States. So, do I know if such things as grad nights will affect parades? I don't even know if they're doing grad nights in the States anymore. So, but let's see. Just trying to see. Third, yes. Do I have a media date set? No, they have not announced a media date for Time Traveler yet. I'm waiting to see. This is why I said I may or may not be able to make it, because depending upon when they have the media day, I'm optimistic. Opening weekend is actually the weekend before I leave for France. So I'm hoping that they will have the media day right before opening weekend, because then if they do, I will be there, I'm hoping, assuming I get the invite, and I will then get to ride Time Traveler before I get to go to France, and I'll get that loaded up. If it happens while I'm in France, which is a possibility, and I get the invite, then I will probably send my son and my daughter to go. And they'll probably come with me if I'm able to go. And that way they can film, they can ride, and they can at least, my son will be able to upload some video from that. So we'll have somebody at Media Day, I'm hoping, optimistically, if we get invited. But we'll see how it works out. Robert, I probably won't have time for casinos, and I'm really not a gambler anyways. So, let's see. The 150 euro isn't bad at all. Right now with exchange rates, it comes out to like $175 to $190, I think is where it is right now. And for a season pass to Disney, that's actually very cheap. The cheapest Walt Disney World pass I am aware of is around $400. So Disney Euro is much cheaper in that regard. Let's see. Will a Magic Band work? No, Magic Bands only work at Walt Disney World. Doesn't work at any other Disney parks. Let's see. All right. Anyways, got a package from Elizabeth Tran. So we're going to open that up, and then I'll come back and I will answer more questions and things. I know. I'm so excited about it. So let's see here. Elizabeth, see what you got. She's got a lot of tape. That's what she's got. Chad, yes and no. Magic Bands only work at Walt Disney World. That's very true. However, Walt Disney Company actually took over the management of Disney Euro again in the last year. They had split ownership with it, and there were some issues in particular with maintenance and so forth. So Disney is actually fully taking it over, like I said, within the last year or so. And so they do fully own Disney Euro now. Disney Tokyo, they split ownership. Disney China, they have split ownership. I'm not sure about Hong Kong. I think they might own Hong Kong outright too. So it depends upon the park. Okay, so let's see. Oh boy. There's all sorts of stuff wrapped in here, and I got to get my glasses again. Let's see. Can you take me with you? Stephanie, let me put it this way. This trip to France has caused some interesting conversations in the family. My wife has a very mixed feeling. She's excited for me, but at the same time, she's very ticked off that she's not going with me. And so I'm kind of under this deal that I'm not supposed to talk about the trip very much with her because she doesn't want to hear it. She's happy, she's excited, but she wants to go too, and that just isn't able to work. So yeah, sorry, Stephanie. Let's see. Where can you buy some Mickey ears, please? You can buy them from Disney. Actually, there's a shop.disney.com, and you can buy Mickey ears through there. All right, so my letter from Elizabeth. Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and I live in Houston, Texas. Love watching your videos and hearing about your experiences at Disney and other parks. I was so surprised to see the video about Astroworld. When it was open, I had a season pass, and we went a lot. I did get to go during its last weeks of operation. I severely missed that park, even with all its flaws, and I am sad my children will never get to experience it. I saw your unboxing souvenirs video. Sadly, I missed the live streams from when you were at the parks, but I bet you had loads of fun. I saw you mention you didn't get a souvenir mug from the resort, so I'm sending you an extra I have. Oh, cool. My family members each got one with their dining plan, so I have 4 roaming around and figured you would enjoy one. I'm not sure if the design has changed yet or not. Also, there is a souvenir button from the opening of Shanghai Disney Resort. We were at the parks the day it opened, and cast members were handing them out to park guests. Please enjoy these items, and I look forward to seeing more videos soon. I'm 25 weeks pregnant. Congratulations! And your videos help distract me when I can't seem to sleep. P.S. I included a picture of my family from our last trip in 2016. Oh, this is going to be cool. So, get the mug. And that is the mug. And actually, that does look pretty similar to the mug that was at the resort that we were at. This is Coronado Springs, Caribbean Beach, and Old Key West. I'm guessing because it says it right there. But very cool. Thank you, Elizabeth. And there is the Disney Shanghai button. How cool is that? That's awesome. So very neat. And then the picture. And there is the picture of them. Trying to get that where the camera will focus. There you go. Thank you, Elizabeth. Very, very cool. You may see that picture again pop up in the video, too. Just to warn you. Okay. Catch up a little bit on the questions here. Bring her to the beach in New Jersey. Actually, she's a California girl. She likes warm beaches. Although it depends upon the beach in California. The northern ones are cold. Robert, I understand that's probably the only French I need. Not too worried about French. I know, here's kind of where my outlook is on learning the French. When I was working at Disney World, we had a lot of tourists from other countries. And it was frustrating when they would come to Disney and not speak any English. And, I mean, I understand why they wouldn't. But it made a huge difference when they at least tried. In just with the interaction, okay, you're working on it, you knew you were coming. And so I want to be able to do that at least when I go as well. To be able to show them that I have a respect for their country and for their culture. And because I do, I want to learn a little bit more about it. And that includes learning some French. It's just a way to help break down barriers and walls and reach out a little bit. So, it's not anything that I necessarily need to do, but I want to do because I think it will make it a better experience, not just for me, but also for the people I encounter. Hope that makes sense. Am I excited about The Incredibles 2 or Infinity War? Ooh, probably Infinity War. I'm a Marvel person. Let's see. School every other Saturday. Ew. Okay, so I have one more box here. from Devin Capper. And then after I open this, I do actually, we've got a little bit of time still. How long have I been on? I haven't even looked over at my thing yet. Let's see, 39 minutes. Okay, so I got time. I do have a little commentary I want to make too on the recent Disney ticket price increase, because I can't justify doing it on another video, but I do want to comment on it. Are all the rides in French? Actually, Kathy, that's something I looked up, and several of the rides are in English. Several of the rides you have the option to ride in English, because they get a lot of tourists from the UK. Like Towers of Terror, I found out that you can actually ask them for the English version of the ride, and they can put you on one that is all English. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Wouldn't have thought about that. So, yes, you have the option for a lot of it. Hulk Shooter, no, not all beaches in California are cold. If you go to Santa Cruz, the water will be in the 50s, 60s. Down in Oxnard, where we lived, the water would typically be around 70 degrees. It was wonderful to swim in. Depending upon the time of year, it fluctuates a little bit. You get down closer to San Diego, and that water is actually pretty warm. So you have to remember, California is a huge state. California is, it's the equivalent of 3 Missouris, and it's like taking up most of the East Coast. So it's huge. It really depends upon which beach you go to. Let's see. And Amber, you like the Atlantic better? You're fired. Okay. So let's see. Again, this is from Devin Capper. And no note. Well, oh, yep, there's a note. Oh, okay. An Orlando eye bag. How cool. That's actually one thing I wanted to do on that trip, and there just was not time. 58 off Mission Beach in San Diego? Really? Oh, well, yeah, November. Yes, it's cold in November because it's winter. But if you are there in, say, June, July, the water temperature is much closer to 70. Okay, look inside this case. I hope you enjoy. This is some things from California and Orlando. Thanks for being a friend. God bless Devin. Devin just moved to California. Just got to go see Disneyland. But Devin was a huge help. Devin actually helped us with our tickets into Universal for my 2 friends that got to go. So if you watched the Harry Potter video and you saw Laurel and Aaron, who are old friends of ours. Laurel's actually Amber's best friend from Florida. Devin helped them get into the parks, which we are so grateful for. Okay, so let's see what we got in the bag. I got several things in here. Let's see. Coca-Cola Orlando Eye, an experience to share. This is the brochure from there. There's also a Sea Life Trust brochure. Very cool. Thank you. We got a Knott's Berry Farm bag. Best boysenberry jelly. And let's... a happy birthday button from Knott's Berry Farm for me. Thank you. That's cool. Love it. And then there is the map. I think it's the map. Yep, it's the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. There's the map of Knott's Berry Farm. I haven't been to Knott's in years. Loved going to Knott's, especially when they had the old West Town theming really maintained everything. Good fried chicken. And a show schedule in there as well. Here's how long it has been since I started going to Knott's. I actually remember the Birdcage Theater where they would do melodramas and had so much fun with those. I wish they'd bring them back. Not that most people know about melodramas. Boy, he's got all sorts of stuff in here. Let's see. There is a magnet from the Orlando Eye. And we've got a bookmark. Very cool. Orlando Eye playing cards. More magnets. Let's see. There's another one from the Orlando Eye. And one more. Boy, got all the magnets. Awesome. Thank you. I love that because that actually... I like that because you get not just the eye, but there's also the Epcot Globe and the castle and the coasters. So that kind of shows everything done in Orlando. That's a neat magnet. There is a lanyard here. A light-up lanyard. You can kind of see Ooh, the whole lanyard kind of lights. You can see the lights on it there. Ooh, that's very cool. It blinks. Ooh. Has all sorts of patterns. Very cool. And the pin. Awesome. Thank you so much, Devin. That is cool. And a whole bag to keep it in. Very, very cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, Knott's is a wonderful park. Cedar Fair hasn't done too bad with it. I miss some of the old stuff that's not there anymore. But that's me. I'm getting old. Have I ever had huckleberry? We actually have a huckleberry tree in our yard. So, yes, I have. Let's see. Trying to go back to some of the comments here. I've actually been to both oceans, Pacific and Atlantic, so we can do that. Let's see. London Eye was really cool. I'd love to see the London Eye. I see videos of it. But let's see. Gulf Coast. Favorite meal from the Orlando trip? That would be tough because I had some great meals on the trip. I really did. And again, I'm terrible about picking favorites of anything, so sorry, Hulk. You can see a lot of the views, the meals, a lot of the views. You can see a lot of the meals in the videos. Panama beaches are beautiful. We actually went to, oh gosh, where was it? North Florida. The beaches down in southern Florida are, I'm sorry, they're kind of ugly. They're dark. The sand is gritty, especially on the Gulf Coast side. They're very shelly. But North Florida, up by Tallahassee, and I'm forgetting where we went. Sorry. But the beaches there were gorgeous, and the water was beautiful. The coast right along the north edge of the Gulf of Mexico looks so different than the beaches down by Tampa. The Tampa beaches, I'm sorry, they were just ugly. But did I hear about the new park in Branson? Yes, I actually just saw about that today. We'll see what happens. I will definitely be checking that out. Let's see. That's okay, Clumsy Jedi, no problem. Some point I'll get up to New York. Pensacola, thank you very much, Marianne. Yes, that's what I was trying to think of there. Pensacola is where we were. Little sort of political commentary, although it's not politics. Some of you may have noticed, too, about the recent increases in price for tickets at Disney. In particular for the season passes, which some of them have gotten really expensive. And I know that if you look at any of the message boards out there, there's a whole huge commentary going on about how dare Disney raise their prices. And, you know, it's such a terrible thing that they're pricing themselves out of the range of all sorts of other people. So I'm guessing a lot of you have seen that. Am I going to collect any of the new Mickey Mouse Memories line? I don't know yet. I'm not even sure about the line. I haven't seen that. And I have kind of a mixed feeling on the price of tickets at Disney. I understand them being out of the range of most people. Absolutely, because when we lived in Florida, if I hadn't worked at Disney, we couldn't have afforded to go to Disney for the most part. So I know how expensive the tickets are. So it's tough that way. And Hulk Shooter's kind of hinting at the little thing where he says Disney doesn't care because people still continue to pay. Here's the struggle with the price increase. When I was there last month, it's the middle of January. When I worked there during that time, your big, huge rides would have had about a 15 to 20 minute wait. And you would have had several rides that were walk-ons. You had people in the parks, but it wasn't busy. It was a fairly light crowd, busy enough to pay for stuff. Thank you so much, Skater Punk Barbie, for the gift. That's awesome. Yes, you bet I'll be buying pins. But it wasn't too bad. This last trip, I'm there in the middle of January, and the crowds were crazy. The crowds were not much lighter than what I was used to for summer or spring break. There were a lot of... I didn't get to go on Haunted Mansion because Haunted Mansion never had less than a 45-minute long line. And there were no fast passes for it. Big Thunder Mountain, we got fast passes for that, but it had an hour wait the whole time. And this is in January. Pirates, which is a people eater. It has a huge capacity. It can get all sorts of people through. had anywhere from a 40 to 50-minute wait the whole time we were there in January. It's just crazy. And then you get to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they've hit capacity for years with that. But it's usually been one or two parks. And in the last few years, it has been every park, every day. The parks are immensely crowded. Too crowded, really. They've got too many people in them. And how do you thin the crowd out without losing money? Well, you raise prices. If people weren't willing to pay the prices, the parks wouldn't be so crowded. And the whole idea of they shouldn't charge that much, they ought to lower the price. Okay, the parks are already overcrowded. How much more crowded are they going to be if you lower the price? I've worked at the parks on overcrowded days. It sucks. Trying to be a guest on those days, and we actually did that a couple times during Christmas. We didn't get blocked out, and so we go Christmas Eve, and you didn't ride anything. You walked around the whole time like this, banging shoulders. And the parks are terrible when they're crowded like that. And if you lower prices, they would be far more crowded than they are. And so I hate the idea of a price increase. I mean, when we were there, it said the average family saved 5 years to go to Disney World. Now it will probably be 7. But the parks are so crowded. When is the lightest time for crowds during the year? Truth Speaker's asking. Honestly, I would have thought when I was there and right now. And then in September. But the crowds really weren't light when I was there. And it was probably the thing that was most shocking to me is I really expected my day at Magic Kingdom to have light crowds and to walk onto almost everything. And it didn't happen. And it was the middle of the week. It was a time that should have been quiet, and it wasn't. It's the time even all the crowd calendars were saying on a scale of 1 to 10, it would have been a 3 in crowd scale. I would have put it closer to a 5 or 6. So the parks are crowded all the time now. There is no off season. And so that's why the price increase. I hate it, but it's also necessary. So anyways, there's my commentary on the price increase, since I had a couple people ask me offline. So, say for a whole year, you're doing good. There are ways to make it affordable. If you use a Disney credit card and pay everything on that and then pay it off each month, I know a lot of people who pay whole Disney vacations doing that. So, it works. So, yep. Check a couple other things. So anyways, that's my sort of political commentary. Disney's got to raise the prices. There really isn't any choice. One other thing that's going to happen is Universal, what they call a fourth gate. I think the fourth gate for Universal is ways off, but we'll see. Yeah, so Diz says there isn't much difference in crowd anymore. There really isn't an off season. Their lighter days on that scale are probably 5s and 6s, and it just goes up from there. There's just no light crowd times anymore. Let's see. So it looks like I caught most of the questions there. So that's kind of my big announcements. We got the pin giveaway for the 100th episode for anybody who comments on the video. We've got the trip to Euro Disney coming up. We're waiting to see about Time Traveler and when their media day is. But I will definitely be there the Friday of opening weekend. And I will probably do a meet and greet for anybody in the area who's there on Friday. So think probably noonish or so. At Silver Dollar City on March... Okay, let me try and get this all straight. March 16th, let's plan about noon at Silver Dollar City, and I will announce the location later. And then for those who are in Europe, Euro Disney at Disney Village, we will meet up about 1 p.m. on March 26th. So that is very exciting. And then the pins. So make sure when the 100th episode comes up in a week and a half that you comment on it to enter for that contest. And when we pick out the name, I'll probably announce the winner in the live feed after it. And then I'll make sure I get the address so we can get your pin sent to you. Let's see. So I think that is everything. Thank you again to everybody who sent mail. I am so blessed by all that. Honestly, it's just cool. I'm humbled and blown away every time I get stuff like that. So, ever make it out to Utah? I've driven through Utah. Didn't get to go to any of the parks there. So, I think we've covered about everything. So, thank you so much. And hey, I'm right on time. I got about 5 minutes left for my 1 hour that I want to shoot for. So, Disney needs a third park in mid-states. I don't see them doing a third park mid-states. Don't be surprised, though, if they've got something in the work for Southern California for a third park. I think that's probably going to be their next target there. So, let's see. And reading Mouse Tales, great book. Yes, Mouse Tales is an awesome book. If you want to know about the books that are on my shelf here or the shelf at my office, there is actually a link. I posted on Facebook. It is on the SirWillow.com page. And I think I put it on YouTube, the community page there as well. I will repost it on Facebook for you, and we'll have links to all the books. I haven't had time to get descriptions for them on there, but if you want to know about the books and how to go check them out and get reviews and stuff, I'll make sure I repost that for everybody. And so I will do that as soon as we are done with this. So 6:25 a.m. Whoo, where are you at, Cassie? Must be like Australia, I'm guessing. Just trying to take a wild guess. So hello down under. So, living KC. I will let you know, Megan Hill. We get up to KC every now and then. I don't know if we will this summer. I think St. Louis is probably going to be a little more likely, but we'll see about that. What was the park you talked about that had dog in the name? Probably the one down in Arkansas. I'm going to go blank on the name. I don't remember. I'm sorry, Eric. Old man. Blank moment. Yes, know that Disney tried to do a park in St. Louis. It didn't come together. Have I read Tuesdays with Morrie? Yes, it's actually on my bookshelf. Love it. Great book. Hulk Shooter, you might be surprised at some of the opportunities they have around Anaheim. There is a place that Disney already owns property that they can do something. So it is in the plans. Dog Patch, thank you, Billy and Katie Tails. Let me know when I'll be in St. Louis. I will let you know. I don't know what our schedule is yet. There is a very good chance that we will be having a family get-together out here this year where we've got our family from both coasts come in. And so if we do that, I will film if we go to St. Louis, but I probably won't announce it because it will be family time. But if we make other trips up to St. Louis for other things, and we've got some, it looks like an opportunity to meet, I will probably announce that. So, yes, Cassie, I'll make sure I get the full announcements typed up too so everybody else can see that. So, Tom, thank you so much for the message. I'll be sure to check that out when I'm done. So I think we are pretty good there. Need to go to the Arch. I've been to the Arch. Arch is awesome. My wife will never go in the Arch because she has claustrophobia and she can't handle that pod. But so thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for the wonderful mail. Thank you for the questions. It has been so much fun. I am so blessed. Thanks so much. If you sent money, Pink Pearl, it would be very tough because if I was buying presents for everybody else while I was there, I'm going to end up with this long list and then trying to pay shipping to come back. It would be tough. So I'm sorry. I'm willing, but I don't know that Abel and Good would work out. So Dollywood probably not this year, Billy. I'd love to go back, but so thank you so much, everybody, and I think I'll actually say goodbye for real this time. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless, and looks like Skater Punk Barbie may hook you up, Pink Pearl. Bye, Robert. Bye, Random. Bye, Patrick Glover. Have a wonderful, blessed day, everybody.